Alright, so one subject I know to be a touchy subject is the subject of child support. Now, this subject here is just, you know, it's common, and I know there are a lot of people who deal with the issue of child support, and I get it. I really do get it. Like, and in my personal opinion, child support shouldn't even have to be a thing. Like, it should just be understood. If you make a child, then you take care of that child. But clearly, that's just not how this thing goes. So I am all for the child support in the proper situations. You do have people who take advantage of the situation, and you know, they do some real low down stuff, and I'm just not for that. There are some consequences to that thing too. Now, I do know several people who have tried the child support system, and honey, it just didn't work out that way. But child support in general, like, I really just think that a lot of these issues would be alleviated if men would just step up to the plate and do what they have to do.
What?
I don't think it's necessary to get a middle person in between an adult woman and an adult male when it comes to something that you together have created. It shouldn't take a middle person for you to just do what you have to do.
My nigga, I got a problem with that. I'm gonna be 1,000 with you. Like, if men just step up, I mean, yeah, we can say that, but let's not forget that females make better pussy decisions too.
That's a fact. Now, I'm not condoning, and by any means necessary, am I just saying a bum ass bitch out here should just be, you know, around here harassing people for child support. That's just not what I'm saying, because there are some men who should be paid child support because they take care of their children without the help of whoever the mom may be. So it's not even just a man thing. It's not. I know some women who need to be paying child support, and honestly, I'm all for it. I really am. It should be a equal thing, because you got some terrible ass moms out here and you got some terrible ass dads out here. I just think when it comes to the subject of child support, when it's enforced, done the right way, I'm all for it. You know, I just don't think it should take that. And that's just my personal take on it. I just don't think it should take, you know, you even having to go that route. I really would rather two people come together and do what they have to do without all the extra and all that. Because in my personal opinion, child support is almost a ripoff. You don't get as much when you go the child support route that you would if you actually come together and communicate like an adult with the person that you have made a child with and get the shit figured out. Like, period. That percentage on that child support is hella low in some states. Hella low. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth going through the trouble of even going down there, giving all your business to these people and let them determine that, okay, well, since you came down here and filled out all this paperwork and waited in the county line for X amount of hours, then we'll allot you this amount of money. It's not even worth it. It's really not. It's really not. But just, you know, coming from a man's point of view, how do men feel about the subject of child support?
Nigga, fuck child support. You know my situation. Like, that shit is bullshit. I wouldn't want to pay child support for a motherfucking thing, but I do know if I was in the situation and if I made a kid, I would be doing what the fuck I need to do regardless. You know what I mean? The shit that you speak of, step up to the plate and handle your business, which I agree with doing. You busted that nut. You know what I mean? That is your responsibility. And I'm a firm believer that that's your responsibility. Handle your motherfucking business, my nigga. At the end of the day, handle your business. Take care of your seed. I mean, that should go without question. So, but, you know, that system is, you know, and for the motherfuckers who take care of their shit, you know, sometimes, child support can be real tricky, my nigga. They put motherfuckers in jail for not paying child support. And that's just some fucking odd ass shit to me. But if you out here living your best life and you got kids, you're not paying child support, then certain actions like that do seem necessary. But if you out here struggling yourself and you don't even have no child support money, you don't want no money for yourself, to sit here and throw that motherfucker in jail for to be late on payments, I mean, what the fuck you think he's gonna come out with the payments when he's incarcerated?
Yeah, that's the part about the system that I think is just
And
hella
jail is for
fucked up.
and jail is for criminals. Like a motherfucker missed a payment, didn't have a payment. That's not a motherfucker who needs to have fucking handcuffs on behind their back. That's not a motherfucker who needs a cell. That's not a motherfucker who our tax dollars should be paying to feed because this nigga didn't pay child support. I mean, let's be fucking real. That's not a criminal. That's not somebody who needs to be getting count time in fucking prison or county jail, whatever the fuck. Like, you're not a fucking criminal.
Right.
You're not out here really breaking laws and doing all this crazy shit. You don't really deserve to be in jail.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I don't think that, given whatever the situation may be, I definitely don't agree with, the suspension of a driver's license for non-payment of child support. How is a person supposed to get to work with without a driver suspended, and then they got the risk getting pulled over? You got to risk paying a ticket. You got to risk, some more shit.
Going to jail.
Going to jail, exactly. And if you get pulled over and you already got this child support stuff hanging over your head, you already know you going down. So you got to live your life every single day, hoping that you don't go over the speed limit or don't get like that's too much. And I don't think everybody is deserving of that. I think child support, was built upon some bitter people in the world. And like I said, some people, do need consequences because they out here, living their best life, like you say, without a thought of their child. You don't know if your child has ate. You don't know if it need clothes. You don't know anything about your child and what your child got going on. And you doing, whatever you want to do. That is definitely a big no-go. That's hella disrespectful on a whole lot of levels. You shouldn't even feel okay with yourself to know that you have helped create something and you don't know whether your creation is representing you the best way that it possibly can, which would be you actually being there to know what's going on with your creation. And that's just how I view that thing. But, I do know that people, take advantage of the child support, situation and all this type of stuff. And I do hate it for some people because some people don't need it because, in certain states, the laws and stuff like that are different. Like, I know people who were married to somebody, and because they took care of a child for X amount of years, now that you want to be away from this person, you are still held accountable for this child, whether it's your biological or not. You are still forced to pay child support on a child that is not yours, regardless of the fact that you took care of it because you were married to this person and because,
Did you sign a birth certificate?
No.
That's a thing you could be in court, most definitely.
Like, you in court right now because you are trying to fight having to pay child support, for a child that is clearly biologically not even yours. But because the wife say, well, you've taken care of my child all these years, how is it okay that because we're divorced that you no longer have to take care of that responsibility that you've been taking care of all along? That's your argument. I think that's some fucked up shit.
Is the same way you able to take that pussy away after all these motherfucking years. That motherfucking way. What the fuck is you talking about? The fuck?
That's just one of those situations where you got some fucked up bras out here that just really don't give a fuck. They make it harder.
I gotta waste gas just to go take a paternity test my goddamn self. The fuck? Like, this week. The fuck?
Indeed.
And I didn't even get the pussy like that. I didn't want the pussy like that. I put it like that. Like, fucking child support. You know what I'm saying? He's out here garnishing niggas checks and shit. I'm glad they don't do that shit to me. But if I had child support, number one, like, that's that is a touchy subject, like you said in the beginning. Because I honestly, I'm gonna feel stupid even saying this shit. I don't feel like a motherfucker got the heart to put me on motherfucking child support. But knowing what the fuck I'm going through right now, it is what the fuck it is. But it would be impossible for me to be put on child support anyways. Because if I were to leave, I'm taking my kids with me. You know what I'm saying? The end.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's not the case for every situation.
These niggas are tripping. I couldn't imagine not seeing my kids every day.
Right.
Couldn't imagine they not being able to know my fucking kids, what the fuck my kids are doing every hour of the day, or being able to open up their room door and check and see what they doing, or look at them motherfuckers sleep, or listen to the motherfuckers arguing and shit, and miss the chance of even making a motherfucking dinner or just the simplest retarded shit ever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck does a nigga miss some shit like that? I will never understand. That's just me personally. But, you know, some motherfuckers is like that. You know what I mean? But I will say this. I don't know if this goes into the topic, but I will say this. You know what I hate? I hate when motherfuckers sit here and say, she won't let me see the kids. You know, that's some shit that always irks my nerves. Because how does a female not let you see your kids? There's all type of courts for that.
Right.
You know, did you go that route or you just said, oh, she texted me and said, fuck you, so fuck it? You didn't really want to see your kid then.
No.
You know what I mean? Because, there's some scandalous ass females out here like that. Like, I know a few of them. If you're not with them, then you don't get to see the kids and all types of stupid ass shit. But I mean, it's just one of them things, man. Like, and I come back to that shit again, like you said in the beginning, and it was true. It's a touchy subject.
It's hella touchy.
Like, cause there's so many ways you could look at it. You know what I mean? And me coming from a single parent household, and you know, motherfuckers not stepping up and doing what they're supposed to do. You get this firsthand get to see the struggle that these women have to go through while these motherfuckers is out chilling, you know, throwing around dick through the city and kicking cacks and cool. And these women gotta go to work, they gotta do hair, they gotta do laundry, they gotta make breakfast, they gotta have lunches ready, they gotta sit here or have lunch money, they gotta sit here and take off work for doctor's appointments, take off early, or some days not even get to work if a kid is sick, and hell, hate for you to have a kid that's at a young age. I remember having a conversation with you previously. You said childcare could be like $800 a month.
Easy.
Now, fuck, where I'm from, California, $800 a month, like, that's impossible because even rent alone would be like $2,000 or $1,100 for just like a fucking one bedroom, a fucking 2 bedroom, you know, apartment. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that motherfucking struggle, and while some females do need that extra help of that child support. Mm-hmm. I get that. And then, like you already pointed out, you got the one who take advantage of the situation. And those is the low-life bitches you talking about that really deserve to have their clitoris chopped off. Straight up.
Yeah, I definitely am not a fan of that bull. Like, you just ruined somebody else's life because of your own selfish reasons, and that is just not ever. And then, you know, on the flip side of that, take the adult side of it, it's the child that suffers. They end up suffering more so than anybody else. Like, why they gotta miss out because of whatever you got going on or whatever y'all had going on or whatever's it, why? You know, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, two people should still be able to come together and co-parent and do what they have to do for said child, period. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That should be the only thing that matters. And I don't think, you know, when you talking about, you know, the man doing above and beyond, not even just child support, but time spent, that matters. Like, you shouldn't just be up here and in your feelings because you and the broad didn't work out. Well, never mind that. Respect her enough to know that at the end of the day, well, at least she gonna take, I know my child gonna be straight. So we can come together at least on that, because that is the one thing we do have in common that we should be able to agree on regardless of the personal issues. Period. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that it is fair to the child for the inconsistency. If you're not gonna if we're not together, you shouldn't get to take months without seeing your child. Or, you know, and then whenever you decide it's convenient for you to be with your child, then you want to blow somebody up and then when they tell you, well, you know, I'm glad you finally decided to come around, but I got this going on right now, so we're not going to change our routine and what we got going on because you all of a sudden want to be dad of the moment. Like, no, the least you can do is be consistent with that. Like, you should see your child, schedule, have that child know that I don't see my daddy that often, but I know on Fridays I'm gonna get this phone call, or I know every other weekend he coming to get me and we gonna go do X, Y, Z. Like, it should be something.
I don't see how niggas can do that.
And I know.
I really don't. I would be like on some real shit. I couldn't imagine waiting till fucking Friday to see my child. Or any of that stupid ass shit, or a fucking phone call. Like, fuck that. Like, nah, I need to be there every motherfucking day. Like, I couldn't have it no other way. Every motherfucking day. I want us to know, every day is something different. Mm-hmm. Every day the mind grows. I want to be a part of that process. I want to know about that process. I want to be able to see and witness the growth and all the stupid shit that you gonna do. You know what I mean? Just like, how could you miss that?
Right. Time that you cannot get back, and it's not a dollar sign that will make it. It's just not. It's just, money can't take away time spent. It doesn't replace it.
I don't know about that, nigga.
It helps.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I didn't grow up with no father. You know what I'm saying? But let a nigga come, nigga. How much dead presents we talking about? How much dead presents is we talking about? If you come over with a smooth $200, get the fuck out my face. $500, fuck out my face. You guys be coming with that shit. I need them Trump donations.
Man, you know they only giving out the bare minimum. Bare minimum. I'm telling you.
I don't need the bare minimum. I need the Gorilla Max.
Right.
Like the fuck.
Take it up a few notches.
Like yeah, fuck all that. But yeah, these niggas is weirdos with this kid shit. I don't understand that shit at all.
Yeah, and there's no understanding, and there definitely ain't no respect in that shit either. Like it just ain't. There's no way around it. Period. I can't sit up here and give you the utmost respect when I'm struggling to do X, Y, and Z, or even if I ain't struggling, but to know that, you know, we got this responsibility together and only one of us is putting in, then yeah, respect what?
These nuts.
To chop the fuck off and not my face, period.
Damn.
But yeah, like,
That'll hurt.
Ain't nobody got time. And then, you know, men just sometimes they be so upset, but you got to respect a woman for setting some standards. Like, you got to come with it. You can't be half stepping with this stuff. You got to do what you got to do. And then women,
standards should be set before the pussy is given, though.
Yeah, it should. Before you irresponsible people. Like, you can't be sitting up here wanting to act brand new after you just sat up here and busted your nut and got the feeling real good, and then all of a sudden you realize that nut gonna cost you some 18 years plus, and that's just what it is. But all of a sudden you want to, you know, play pussy or whatever you want to call it, and don't want to man up and take care of your responsibility. Like, that's just, yeah. That's yeah. You can't respect that. Don't respect that. Ain't gonna respect that. Period, point blank, end of discussion. But child support, you know, like I said at the beginning, it is a touchy subject. It can go in so many different ways. There are so many different situations when it comes to it. You know, at the end of the day, I just encourage everybody, just take care of your responsibilities, and then you won't have to worry about it.